It's the first sneaker review of 2019 for Tokyo Butter 23, and it's a banger, or is it? Adidas, Adidas, Adidas. Oh, you always frustrate me. Does Adidas bring out sparkling hypebeast sneakers, or does Adidas bring out absolute turkeys? You tell me if today is a cracker or an absolute bust. I'm not too sure. The sneakers that we're reviewing today are the UltraBOOST 2019s. There are two of them. Stick with this video to see what I think about the new releases, and let me know if you think these are going to be bangers or these are going to be bust. The two sneakers that we're reviewing today are the Adidas Women's UltraBOOST 2019 True White Pink and the Adidas UltraBOOST 2019 Dark Pixel. I am really happy to bring you two reviews today, especially because one of them is a women's sneaker, and one of the big things about this channel is equality and diversity, and I really hope that there are women checking in, and hit me up with comments down below. So if you're out there, hit me up with a comment and let me know if you appreciate me reviewing women's sneakers as much as I try to review men's sneakers too. But having said that, I don't like the concept of women's sneakers at all. I think it's slightly discriminatory, slightly sexist. I would prefer if sneaker brands and sneaker companies just brought out sneakers for everybody, full size run, regardless of what the colorway is. I think it's a little bit silly in this day and age to have pink sneakers for women and non-pink sneakers for men, but that's the way the brands do it, and that's the way I'll review it. If you've been watching my content recently, you will know that I've been asking for one thing in each of the videos I post, and today that one thing that I'm going to ask for is a like. If you could click the like button down below, I would really appreciate it. Of course, subscribes and all that would be great, but today the focus is on the like. Kyou no mokuteki wa ii ne o oshite morau koto desu. Ii ne o oshite kureru to sugoi kansha shimasu no de onegai shimasu. And before we get into this sneaker, I'm going to give a shout out to Eric in Denmark. I hope Eric appreciates me putting him up on YouTube and making him super famous. We love you, Eric. And without further ado, let's get into these two sneakers. Looking at the women's colorway first, this to me is the best possible combination of colors for the UltraBOOST 2019. Is it the UltraBOOST 5.0 or the UltraBOOST 2019? I heard that they called it the 2019 so they can preserve the lineage of the UltraBOOST 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, 5.0, because they know that this sneaker is not going to be a cracker in that line, and so that they can have a 5.0 sometime later. They've called this UltraBOOST 2019. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not. That's up to Adidas, but for me, I just want to review the sneaker, and the first thing that we have to look at is those colors, and I really do think they've done a great job of balancing the colors across all elements of this sneaker. First things first, you've got that all white Boost front to back midsole that looks fantastic. So you're looking at the middle of the shoe, you're looking at that white midsole, and you think, right, what's going to complement that? A white outsole. I know it's a small thing, but sometimes when you get the wrong color outsole on Boost, it kind of looks really, really bad. I have a pair of NMD R2s out in the hallway with a white Boost midsole and a red outsole, and it looks really, really cracking. But I've seen Boost with a gum sole on the outsole, and it doesn't look great. In the case of these women's True Pink White, the white midsole and the white outsole really, really goes well. And then you get into the upper, where you can see it starts off with a sort of white and then fades into the pink in the upper in the prime knit. And that, to me, that combination of outsole, midsole and upper really goes well, and it really blends the sneaker nicely. Moving to the back of the sneaker where the new UltraBOOST heel counter is, and it looks like kind of piping. You've got that white fading to pink on most of the sneaker and then grey piping in the heel counter. I say yes, I think grey and pink go well together, and I think the grey piping and the heel counter really sets off the rest of the sneaker nicely. And then if we get right to the top of the sneaker where the prime knit pattern is really, really kicking off, you can see it's faded from that pure white in the outsole and Boost up through the prime knit to the top of the sneaker where there's plenty of pink in there. And like I said, I think the way that they've balanced the colours in this new prime knit on this particular sneaker looks really, really good. And I would say that they've done a great job of putting the sneaker together. But even with the sneaker in its greatest form, the balance of colours, the prime knit, all of that, the piping on the back, the whole thing, I think could not look any better than this. I mean, you could change the colours out into different colours, but keeping that balance between the colours is what I'm talking about. I think this is the top that the UltraBOOST 2019 can get to. Even then, the cage on the side still looks awful. I really, really don't like the cage on these 2019s. Even on this sneaker that I think is really nicely done, to be honest, I would just take the cage off, go back to the UltraBOOST 4.0s, the uncaged versions, or the UltraBOOST 3.0's uncaged versions and do it that way with no cage at all. Then I think this would be an absolute banging sneaker. But right now, the cage, as I've said before, check out the link to this review of UltraBOOST 2019's. As I've said before, it looks like the XR1s, and I think that was a cheap cage, and I think it looks pretty bad on this sneaker too. And then on the other hand, you've got this dark pixel variation that's coming out, and I don't like it. Everything I like about the true white pink version, I don't like about this dark pixel version. The upper is too busy. I really don't like the way that the prime knit is weaved together. The multicolour that runs towards the back of it, again, towards the heel, I think it's too busy looking and it just looks kind of dirty. I don't really get it, to be honest. Whereas it's clean and the balance of colours on the true white pink version look great. On the dark pixel version, I think they're just muddied and mixed in together and it doesn't look good. And then looking in at the cage again, there's nothing spectacular about it. It's just the same 2019 cage. I don't really like it. As I've said before, I can't get away from that. However, there is one thing looking at this cage that might be Adidas's saving grace. And that is looking at this cage, what I think they're going to do and what they're going to do in the future. And I might be wrong here, but I think they're going to go with different materials. If you look at the cage the way it is right now, you could imagine it as leather. Or you could imagine it as suede. So I wonder if what they're going to do with these cages, even though they're getting panned by everybody, myself included, even though they're getting panned, I think they might be lining up to come out with different colorways, different silhouettes, and different materials of the cage in the future, which may be something that brings the 2019 back into the good books. So that's it, the first sneaker review of 2019. It's a bit longer than I like these sneaker reviews to be, but there were two sneakers, and I like that I could balance a men's and a women's sneaker review for you today. Like I said, I don't think it's a good idea for brands to bring out women-only sneakers. Slightly discriminatory, slightly sexist if you ask me. I'd be happy to wear the true white pinks on my feet. I think they're a cracking looking sneaker, but there's no way Adidas are going to make them in a size 30.5 centimeters or 12.5 in the US. That ain't happening, and I don't think that's fair. I don't think there's any reason why you can't just bring out a full size run on every sneaker that you do and just have people wear them who want to wear them, rather than being sort of like pink only for the women, dark colours for the men. I don't really get that, but that's the way Adidas have done it, and to be honest, I would prefer the true white pink over the dark pixel in this case. Okay, as I said today, I think, did I say today? I think today, oh gosh, I've gone and forgotten again. I always do this. I've forgotten whether or not I asked for a subscribe or something down below. I think it was subscribe. If you've watched to the end of this video, which has been longer than I planned, thank you very much for watching. View time is extremely important, so I appreciate that. If this is you checking out the channel but you haven't subscribed, please click that subscribe button down below. Massive, 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 massively important in helping me grow this channel. So this is Tokyo Bird 23 saying thank you for checking in today to the first review of the year. 2019 is going to be a big year for my channel. Check in again tomorrow when I continue bringing daily content. I'm trying to bring you content every single day. Check in tomorrow for my second review of the year and see which sneaker it is. We're off to Nike tomorrow, but I'm not telling you what it is. You have to check out, but it's going to be super. There's a hint. This is Tokyo Bird 23 signing off from Tokyo. See you soon. Thank you for checking in today, guys. I really appreciate your being here and viewing my content. Over here, we have the channel subscribe button. Channel登録ぜひお願いします. Over here, we have the video I recommend you watch next. こちらはおすすめです. And up here, we have a link to the channel introduction video. こちらはチャンネルのプロフィールのvideoです. Check them out. Clicking on them really helps the channel.